lifelong conservative, and I'm really glad that like the left wing like communist Kamala Harris ended up losing. Like one of the things, and Biden too, like the Marxist Leninism of Joe Biden. I think that it's a prerogative that we defeat radical socialism in this country. And if people like,
you think that Joe Biden?
Yes, Joe Biden. Yes, he's a communist. He's a communist.
You thought
and
that
Kamala Harris, the Marxist Leninist, like you know, they all want to
Marxist Lenin.
Yes. Oh, he's fucking stupid. I don't understand. What are you talking about? No, I'm right. No, I am right. No, I am. I just don't like.
What do you consider left-wing Marxist Leninism?
She's getting in bed with a corporation.
No.
Why?
No. What?
Absolute idiot, bro. I cannot believe that I'm hearing this shit,
Bro,
she wants to bankrupt us with Medicare for all, and she wants to cut the military defense.
No, she doesn't believe in any of those things.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, low key, to be honest with you. She's a Marxist-Leninist and wants to drive us further to war.
That's not what Marxist... Bro, do you understand what anything... I can just say words, too.
Welcome, man. Yeah, dog. Got a lot to talk about today, man. Shit. I was having a great conversation with my brother, Exclusive News TV, last night. When, I ended up getting a little criticism about my lack of engaging in the political process, man. And, hey, maybe they right, man. Maybe they fucking right. So today we're going to just talk about media manipulation. We're going to talk about how America uses propaganda to make us believe that a lot of the stuff that we do in America, from, voting, just all that shit, you know what I'm saying? That they make us feel like these things will inevitably be good, even though the actual actions of, writing your congressman, showing up to Congress and doing audits and shit like that. None of those things ever get practiced, man. So right now, man, before I get into the political side, man, we gonna get in this hood shit real quick, man. What's been going on in the hood lately, man? You know what I'm saying? Cause you got rappers getting locked up and shit, man, all over the fucking place, man. And it's not good, bro. The people are all over the place with this shit right now, with some people feeling like, hey, man, this is a great thing that's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? So, honestly, are we glad about this situation? Are we not glad about the situation? You know what I'm saying? I don't think the streets will ever be happy about a nigga going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Especially a nigga that killed their partner. But at the same time, I can't be mad at the families. I can't be mad at the children. You know what I'm saying? For how they feeling right now. And if this is a win, this is a win. In they eyes. I ain't knocking it. Yeah. But let's just look at, you know what I'm saying, a couple opinions on this Yellow Beezy situation right quick, man. Because it's definitely going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the a West Coast perspective, man. Since, you know what I'm saying, not too long ago I was talking about some damn Big U situation, which we're gonna talk a little bit about Big U too before we get to the nitty gritty, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about some Big U, dog. But yeah, maybe we have Anti-Fee, man. I would play Anti-Fee's video, but the shit too long, dog. I don't need too long a video.
Yella Beezy was arrested yesterday in the murder for hire of Mo3. And the police is saying that he's the one who put the money on Mo3's head. He hired somebody to take out Mo3 instead of doing it himself. Now, for a lot of fans, I know y'all love to remain optimistic, man. I'm here to tell you, man, it's raps. Bro, cooked, man. The most recent updates essentially just guarantee Yella Beezy would never be a free man again.
This is an arrest, years in the making. Rapper Marquise Conway, known as Yella Beezy, charged with capital murder in connection.
Just so everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's been reported the man is out on bond, which is wild to me, you know what I'm saying? Because usually capital murder cases, man, you don't usually see that, man. You know what I'm saying? You usually don't see in a, violent crimes, you know what I'm saying, it could happen. And capital cases, murder for hire cases, usually don't end up, you know what I'm saying, with you getting a $2 million bond. So that's something that we definitely gonna discuss, bro. Like, we're gonna discuss that shit. But let's go.
To the shooting death of Melvin Noble.
A lot of us have the same question. It's been 4 years. They already arrested 2 people for the murder of Mo3, and they already charged them. What happened in 4 years for y'all to finally charge Yella Beezy? Well, look, we got the answers, all right? And it all starts back with doing business with Igaboos. You see, Yella Beezy, just like most people who usually end up in a position Yella Beezy is currently in, handcuffs around his back, they usually end up in this position by doing business with Igaboos, bruh. Yella Beezy hired quite possibly the worst person you could ever hire to be your hitman. He hired Blanzo Bing. Bro, Blanzo Bling is literally a nincompoop. Like, he is somebody who people laugh at. He's the J-Cat. He's the slow friend.
I can't disagree with him, man. The homie ain't from down here. But I ain't heard nobody really say, hey, man, homie just, you know what I'm saying, thorough ass cat, you know what I'm saying, ooh. Even though he done been around supposedly some thorough niggas, you know what I'm saying, he done been around some niggas that, you know what I'm saying, supposedly, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, solid niggas, you know what I'm saying, supposedly them niggas, they ain't vouching for him for some reason, though, you know what I'm saying. Like that, they probably be like, well, who the solid niggas that was hanging around them? Because I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even want to be known to be hanging around this nigga, man. But I don't know, man. The nigga supposedly a fun boy, man. He like getting down with, you know what I'm saying, people with, you know what I'm saying, every part that you can use and need, man. I don't need it or want to use it unless it's on my body. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this shit is, you know what I'm saying, really hectic, dog. For the most part, dog. Like, I'm not really feeling the whole situation here with this situation, man. I hate it that 3 had the nigga that, for all sense and purposes, tended to be a thorough nigga that people really respected in the streets and respected in the music. For him to go out like this, man. But honestly, I don't know if it could have been anybody else that they could have got to do it. Because, you know what I'm saying, most niggas ain't just you know what I'm saying, go and sell out a nigga that they feel like is a real thorough ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you know it's a bad sign when your hitman committed a body so he can get the opportunity to make money signs on Instagram. This is why he caught the body. Not to get money for his mama, you know, cancer treatment, not to get money to send his sister to med school. No, this man caught a body so he can flex on Instagram with a wad of cash. You know you getting caught. He got no morals and principles. I don't know about y'all, but I can literally smell the dust and the distrust off this Igamite through the screen. Yella Beezy must have been desperate because come to find out, not only is Blanzo Bling, aka Kowan White, not only is he just an absolute degenerate, but this man is also a zest monster.
Mo3 killer was already on bond for shooting his transgender boyfriend. I think I'm just talking on you.
This is just cruel and unusual. Y'all sent somebody who take chocolate showers in the back door to take out a real one. Like Mo3 was all the real ones on like vacation or something.
That's crazy. Now this wasn't nothing private. This was a public relationship. Okay.
Honestly, him being homosexual may have been a reason why Yella Beezy have lasted so long without getting arrested until now, because he was probably in that jail cell clapping boy cheeks, and he didn't have no reason to cooperate. He was loving it, but after 4 years of clapping boy cheeks, man, it gets tired and old. And he started to realize, bro, hey, bro, I'm turning 30 soon, man. Bro, this ain't the life for me, bro. All right, so whatever I can do, I'm going to do it. And that's exactly what he did. Kewan White is rumored to be the prosecutor's star witness. So after 4 years of holding it down, not saying anything, keeping it real and thorough, he finally started cooperating. And it's rumored that he was actually at the grand jury. It's rumored that he was actually present during the grand jury. And he actually testified in front of the grand jury to help indict Yella Beezy. But it didn't stop there. Apparently, Kewan White has been cooperating long before the grand jury. According to reports, he's been a crucial part of the police investigation against Yella Beezy and has helped them gather all the information they needed to arrest Yella Beezy and get him indicted through a grand jury. So, like, Kewan White obtained phone recordings and money wiring evidence and incriminating evidence against Yella Beezy. I've seen something happen similar in the Young Thug case. The police will give you a phone. The police would work with the CEOs to help them sneak in a phone for you. And rather you know the phone is already wiretapped or you don't know it's wiretapped, you just thinking you sneaking a phone in, the phone the CEO gives you is wiretapped. So the police know you got a phone in jail. They're just wiretapping it to hear your conversation. In this case, Kewan White knew the phone was wiretapped because they gave it to him. And he was having conversations with a lot of people, right? Apparently, including Yella Beezy, about compensation, about wires, about this, about the murder. And the police got all those recordings. They got the bank records where the payment came from somebody, either Yella Beezy or somebody associated with Yella Beezy.
So these niggas ain't slick, dog. These niggas be working with them people, but be wanting to talk about how they you know what I'm saying? We want to be talking about how they there's some real ass niggas and thorough ass niggas, man, but they out here, you know what I'm saying, literally shit working the whole fucking time. That's why I say the streets is a fucking myth. I mean, hey, I used to say this they wasn't, man, but hey, the streets is a fucking myth, nigga. That shit, man, there ain't never been solid shit going on, bro. It's solid niggas out there, of course, nigga. But all that solid shit that people talk about they doing, man, that shit ain't been going on for real, dog. It ain't been going. It's really been always been some snaky shit. It's always been some hoe shit, all that shit, man. And we just seeing it more and more because social media gonna give you shit what is being presented, man.
Right, they have conversations leading up to the hit. So he provided the police with everything they needed to where after 4 years of not having enough, they finally had enough once they got Kewan White to turn on him. This would be shocking, but a lot of these dudes, bro, they only play smart. Like Yella Beezy be in interviews playing like he hella smart, playing like he is some type of wise old man. But you ain't wise if you falling for these old tricks, bro. You was out here talking enough over a jailhouse phone, not even a jailhouse phone, bro. Somebody calling you from jail off a phone they snuck in, and you out here talking up a storm and saying things that could connect you to a murder. I don't even think my 5-year-old nephew will fall for that play, bro. Even my nephew will tell you, bro, I'm not talking over no jail phone, bro. Not half. I don't care if it's the jail phone the police gave you or if the jail phone you got and you snuck it in. I'm not talking or having no conversation over no jail phone. That's if you really gangster. But a lot of these dudes, bro, they not really gangster, bro. They playing gangster. They cosplaying as gangster. These dudes really try to mimic the mob, right? Like they get in these interviews and they act like they are sworn to the oath of silence, bro. Like they get in these interviews, bro, as you're about to see, man, and they act like, oh, I'm too thorough to talk about open cases. But you get over a jailhouse phone and you spill it all.
No That's jumper crazy. With his daddy, nigga.
Definitely.
With his daddy.
I did want to ask this: is you barely acknowledged it? You barely ever had anything to say about it, but there was a lot of tension, at least on records or people talking online between you and Mo3. Now that he's passed, how do you view all that? Like, are you able to admit that he was, an important factor in the city for that period of time, or is it still just, you can't say anything?
Nah, I ain't never had no tension with nobody.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
I ain't never been no tension with nobody.
Look at this guy. I saw you give Vlad an answer like that at one point too.
I'm serious. I don't have.
Yeah, man. Hey, you thinking you keeping up that street code and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But if you out here in the streets talking, and if you was over there talking to this boy on the damn jail phone and shit, giving out all type of intricate details, shit. All this damn, it wasn't never no tension. Now you charged with the man murder. It wasn't never no tension, man. There had no tension with that man. But at the end of the day, what he was supposed to answer though? He wasn't supposed to be talking about this shit. We'll go to a video when 3 shit was asked, how'd you feel about the shooting of Yellow Beezy? What did he say? Shit, gotta stay out the way. Shit, gotta stay out the way. For real. And niggas didn't stay out the way, man. Not enough.
I have a problem with people.
Right.
He ain't had no problem with me.
Dallas creates a lot of gangsters because I was actually looking back at my old interview with him and I said basically the same thing to him. Basically didn't say shit. So
yeah,
respect.
Dallas creates a lot of gangsters. You see the media manipulation right here. This is the start of it.
But I don't know. Okay. Another person I wanted to ask you about from Texas. I wanted to get your thoughts on him. How you feel about the rise of Charleston White?
Get twisted though. There's a lot of gangsters in Dallas. There's a lot of good, hard-working people, man. Just trying to make their way, bro. That ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, get none of that bullshit, man. Trying to raise their kids and do right, man. So the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you got a goofy like this, you know what I'm saying, even able to sit down, you know what I'm saying, and talk to somebody of the culture, you know what I'm saying, in the culture. Yo, that was a bad look on your part, man. No jump ain't been nothing but mess. He over here playing these LA niggas, man. I don't trust it. I wouldn't fuck with it. If you want to do it, that's cool. But not everybody out there talking their business either. But it's some shit. A lot of that shit, man, they just using y'all to glorify a bunch of bullshit. Glorifying a bunch of bullshit when we should all be on this revolutionary tip, man. To be honest with you. Instead, we want to talk about what he say, she say shit, man. We're gonna get to the real though in a minute. We just want to go on here and do some update on all this shit.
Bro, he doing him.
Yellow out
he
on
doing
bond,
him, man. You know, he doing him.
Right.
Yeah.
The man out
the
on
funny
bond.
thing is, these dudes will mimic the mafia, mimic everything about their mannerisms, but they won't mimic how the mafia managed to stay out of jail for so long. They will mimic how they answer certain questions. They will mimic their mannerisms. They will mimic the sneak dissing. Like, they'll be like, wait, hold up. He died where? Damn. Where was I that day? Right? Like, they would try to throw in the windows to make you think they really killed a person. Right? While still trying to maintain some type of oath of silence. But they will try to move like the mafia. Yellow Beezy was trying to do his best mafia impression, right? Acting oblivious. But how come y'all know everything the mob do instead of, but don't know how to stay out of jail? Don't know how the bosses at the top kept their hands clean. Don't know how the police had to create an entirely new law, the racketeering case, just to get the bosses, man, because the bosses' hands were so clean that they couldn't even make a connection to the bosses. But somehow, y'all out here hiring,
but he don't know what he's talking about.
Like dust mice, igaboos, dusty termites, who caught a body for some size 28 of Marys and a pack of Zaza. That's who y'all hiring, bruh. Now,
and that's really where it come down to, man. Y'all hiring young goofy niggas, man, to be hitters, man. Then turning around and acting like this shit gonna really get us somewhere, man. In the way the media gonna manipulate it is, Look at these old goofy ass niggas, man. They ain't learned yet. Look at how violent they is. Meanwhile, a man could commit 14 crimes in one day in Dallas. 14 crimes in one day. They ain't catch his ass to the end of the fucking day. Let that be a nigga. You telling me a nigga could go all around the city just terrorizing shit? And nah. Not saying it don't happen, but shit. That shit less like, boy, police, as soon as one shooting happened, nigga, police all over the fucking place. You got police nigga down there shut down a whole block. That's all, man. I'm just the media manipulation and all this shit, man, is what's the most terrible about it. Not saying that these ain't real incidences happening. This ain't real shit happening. These real lives affected. But we so done. We playing to the shit. Niggas want to try to play the mafioso, play gangster. Shit. And I can't say that Yella necessarily wrong for trying to go at Mo3. You know what I'm saying? But I can say at the same time, man, shit, a lot of this shit would have not even got there if wasn't nobody's getting dropped in the first place. Now, it could be the Lord. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Roy Lee didn't, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking getting killed by somebody in that camp or somebody affiliated. It was something totally different. But you actively got beef to where you see niggas in the club and you jumping on them. That shit it don't matter what happened to the nigga next. It could have been a whole nother situation. You're gonna be looked at. People gotta peep that shit like, nigga, what am I doing as a nigga with a hit song, hopping on a nigga, jumping on a nigga? Again, if they're gonna be really moving like the mob, man, you supposed to have niggas ready to do all that shit in the third and all that shit. They know they're gonna take the charge. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, handle all the dirty work. And I go to jail and I come home and you know what I'm saying, that type of shit. But like I said, again, we get so played off in the game. We so busy trying to put on for the world. You don't even take care of your lieutenants. That's why niggas ain't trying to be nobody worker no more. They like, fuck that shit. I see, I'll look out for somebody and they'll be like, fuck me. Okay, saluting 985J in the building, man. But shit, real talk, man. But in other news, man, shit, we got a lot to talk about, man. Got a lot to talk about, man. We got old Big U, man, coming to the table, man.
Don't matter. You and I so hard. Movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, you know, man.
Top flight, baby. Security.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting his movies done. You better know it. You know, anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well. Check your ass out.
we gonna check you in, all right. We gonna check it all of your equipment. We gonna check it all of your equipment.
Now, homie could be qualified as fuck, nigga. But the energy you giving off is, nigga, we on some gang shit. Fuck all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit throw off the business. That throw off the interpretation of what you really, you know what I'm saying, trying to stand on and stand for. Unless this is what you trying to stand for. You know what I'm saying? Check in. This some gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you don't do it, you extort it. What that leave for your reputation? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you should always give a fuck about what somebody think. But your reputation's gonna always precede you. Oh, okay. A couple movie sets feel like, oh yeah, man, had to holler at old homeboy, whatever we say, JB or whatever, something like that. You know what I'm saying? To do this and that, and the next thing you know, hundreds of Crips just came to the set. Shit, bro. Now you got less likely another movie set gonna come over there. Cause they're like, oh well, shit, we film over there, man. We gotta hang with the Crips. Maybe we don't really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Is more of a hindrance than a help, especially for your community, my nigga. That's why I say these niggas be talking that community shit, but shit won't let go of the shit that's bounding them to the streets. You know what I'm saying? We trying to bring the streets together. Why are we trying to bound ourselves to shit that is dividing us up? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get all the money. You know what I'm saying? We talk about let's go build some, get some bread and all that in the third. I'm trying to build all the money. Nigga, why am I only want to do business with the Crips? Why would I only want to do business with the Bloods or only do business with the GDs or the Vice Lords? Nigga, shit, that's throwing off business for everybody, everything else, nigga. Shit, and you're not gonna get no them white dollars. I ain't saying that people should be striving for it, but I'm just saying, if you really talking about business, nigga, you want to be, you know what I'm saying, marketable to all people, man. Bring all people in so people can, you know what I'm saying, buy that shit. And like I say, street politics can't get into every fucking thing. It's different. We talking drug money. We talking, you know what I'm saying, with a prostitution shit, whatever, you know, all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got your rules to that shit. I feel it. But nigga, why is you outside the motherfucking movies, the movie sets and shit? Yeah, man, check in, nigga, or your equipment getting checked in, nigga. So even if you was just playing when you said that, Big U, now nigga, hey, shit, we could use that against you, nigga. Look at that. Look at this nigga, how he, oh yeah. This nigga wasn't no damn, you know what I'm saying, active. This nigga wasn't trying to stop gang shit. This nigga is a gang banger for sure. I ain't saying nothing wrong with it, man. But hey, you better get like this nigga Boosie, man. This nigga Boosie doing 360s out here on their ass, man.
We have a forecast for you today in Baton Rouge. Starting off with Friday, man. 71, pretty good day. Pretty beautiful day in South Baton Rouge. Not windy at all. But when we skip to Saturday and Sunday, God is blessing the Boosie Bash. 79, sun cooler, warmer. I mean, 20% showers on a Sunday. It's not coming down. God will be in effect. Monday, Magic City Monday. Hey man, it's 70 degrees. I want to see some kids out there riding those horses. We just had the last day of winter. And spring is here. I want to see those pink shirts. Tuesday's forecast, pretty similar. I mean, you can't ask for much. 55 to low. I mean, be a little chilly by the banks, but you'll make it. Wednesday and Thursday, sunny. When I say sunny, you can hang at the frost top and eat you a good shake and walk to the river walk and get your piece. That's the forecast for today, and Torrance will be back.
Hey, and that shit low key funny, man. That shit cool. Like, and nigga know Boosie, man. Boosie ain't gotta get on it. Yo, what's up, man? The forecast is woo, man. Shit, I'm at the donkey. Don't you know? Like, he ain't gotta do all that shit, bro. Shit, nigga know who Boosie is, man. As long as he don't do something drastic, for the most part, it might be some questionable shit. You might, oh shit, man, this nigga little, I don't know about that one. But shit, outside of that, motherfuckers ain't just, oh man, Boosie a whole ass nigga. We gonna try this nigga. But even in this situation, man, when that nigga came to Dallas, shit, yeah, a lot of people feel like he hopping in Dallas business, huh? I don't know, man. I feel like if I got a partner, you know what I'm saying, and something happened to him, shit, yeah, you got to be prepared, though. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I might need to see what's up with that. Especially if, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like, he done got stressed out in the highway in a drastic manner, nigga, like shit. Nigga might feel like, oh yeah, I gotta see about that now. Shit, they checked that shit real quick. So I don't know if Boosie was prepared for it. I think Boosie kind of always felt untouchable for a good little minute, and that shit changed him. Cause Dallas got love for Boosie, nigga. Always have. But in that moment, yeah, Dallas business, nigga. Shit, you in Big T? I don't need this shit. I don't understand it. Nigga, fuck that. Nigga, I ain't going to Big T, nigga. Shit, I ain't from Dallas though, but I'm saying I've been to Big T plenty. Nigga, shit. For what at this point in life, nigga? For what, nigga? Unless you just really need something that you know, all right, you probably only gonna find that shit at BT. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking for some red pants for my cousin wedding, man. Shit, and some big motherfuckers too. I'm like, oh yeah, go to Big T for this shit. And we slide on over there, man. That's the last time I went, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That was last year. But still, like, for what, nigga? Niggas posted out outside, niggas shit. Like, it's cool, like if it's like the block. It's not so cool if you're trying to run a business. If you catch my drift. But media manipulation make us feel like, oh yeah, this is black culture. You gotta do this type of shit, man. Nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, nigga. But now I'm gonna get into a lot of shit, man. Gonna get more into the political side with this shit, man. Cause that's enough of the hood reporting for today, man. Now, have you ever just like watched news and been like, damn, a lot of that shit just really sound the same?
It's not really the same. Dana, we are waiting.
That's not the one. Let me find it real quick.
CIA, back in the day, did this experiment where they...
Not it either. Hold on now. Because the last couple of them I did not label, and I should have. Let me find my clip. I might not even actually.
But when I tell you social media is amplified.
But either way, man, the clip was, you know what I'm saying, I just couldn't explain it and then talk my premise out. It was a lot of news companies, they had did a clip of all of them saying a lot of the exact same things when describing whether it was event with Trump or some shit on the in Ukraine or some or Gaza, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And something that I talked about plenty of times before, you know what I'm saying? Damn. But it was that, you know what I'm saying, like media at a point in time lost its sense of journalism, where journalism is supposed to be informing you, and you know what I'm saying, and maybe even some way entertain you, you know what I'm saying. But that was later on in journalism, but mostly it was about informing and maybe even sometimes persuading, depending on whatever the cause was, like journalism during the war and different stuff like that. Even if you go back to like the Revolutionary War, you have papers come out talking about how bad the British were and shit like that. Stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? They've always had this certain responsibility of persuade, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But when you stop presenting the facts objectively and start really talking in buzz code to sensationalize the news, especially when we talk about crime in America, that has been a hindrance toward a lot of people, especially black people here, because now we have to hold on the brunt of the worst of us, you know what I'm saying? The people that are doing the crimes, that are doing the murders, the robberies, the rapes, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We have to hold on to all the brunt of their fuck ups as if the race has to answer for this, you know what I'm saying, minority of us that do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the crime, like, and you could say it's a higher rate in black communities or whatever. But for the most part, the crime is still only being done by a minute of people that are repeat offenders, or you know what I'm saying, haven't been caught yet, but are committing multiple, you know what I'm saying, shootings. Usually when they catch one dude, they might catch him, and if he had the gun on him like a dummy, like a lot of these niggas do, now they could get linked to a couple different other murders, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So I think that we make this shit like when crime's happening in the white community, you know what I'm saying, we ain't never saying like, well, why white people gotta, you know what I'm saying, answer for all this shit that they done did. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Even though it is a little bit more of that now. Let's just say that. It is a little bit more of it now. More people saying, you got to answer for slavery and blah, 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 because your ancestors. And so I can say that. But for the most majority of this country, man, we haven't had anybody pointing out white on white crime, Mexican on Mexican crime, any other crime. It's always been this thing about black on black crime and how it's tearing up the inner cities and shit. When we don't want to do nothing about the gang problem, the poverty problem, none of these other problems. The fact that you have organized crime around all this shit, whether it be the Mexicans or the Italians or the Aryans, you know what I'm saying, that are using they power and shit to, you know what I'm saying, hey, we know what, we're gonna do a guns deal. We're gonna do a guns deal in the hood, and woo and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or this, that, and the third. Like, cause you know, it's people that are white supremacists that do business with niggas, and niggas that do business with the white supremacists, man. Like, especially then in Texas, in the prisons, it ain't just like niggas ain't fucking with white folks, man. Even though, you know, everybody be separate, everybody eat with each other and shit like that for the most part. I ain't never been inside the prison myself, but I've been told this by many niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely segregation in the Texas prisons, but it's not as segregated as how we might think. Like, these niggas be doing business with each other, and that translates to the streets in a lot of situations. So the fact that they try to put all this shit on just black people as if a lot of these other groups are not engaging in this organized crime, man. Like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's baffling to me. And then, you know, we sometimes they'll go after the Mexicans, of course, like they're doing right now, these mass deportations where they're really affecting a lot of innocent people who the only crime they committed was crossing that border illegally. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? For some of them, it's just overstayed visas. It's not even that they crossed the border illegally, but we'll assume that that's what it is. And that's why you see a lot of people on the right now, like the dude who they came back from vacation and she got deported. You know what I'm saying? Or because the man, I don't know, the man was American, but yeah, the girlfriend got deported. I don't know if she was. I think she was. I think she got deported to Venezuela, but I don't know if she was Venezuelan because they ain't even really been giving a damn about who is what. They drop people off at the designated area that they done set up account for them at, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much complete displacement. You know what I'm saying? Now you detained in some camp until I guess they can figure out what they gonna do with you. And what niggas ain't realizing, bro, they want to do the same shit with the prison system. The prison system, man. They want to send us across to different seas and you know what I'm saying, down in South America somewhere. If you know what I'm saying, commit a crime, nigga. I ain't heard them specify whether it's gonna be different for misdemeanors versus, you know what I'm saying, violent felonies. But I think this is when you start taking human rights away in a way that, you know what I'm saying, do not make sense to me, man. But the whole part of, like I say, where the media manipulation come in is, like I say, we sensationalize all this shit. Like, Yellow Beezy has been the front page of every newspaper since Thursday. Or Big U from time to time. You know, Big U been in there too a couple of times, man. Did he like Do you not like? I'm telling you, it's hard to not find a news article of some crime and not find a black face. Whether it's celebrity right now, a regular Joe Schmo, it's wild. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they just putting all kind of names out there, like it was one time, and this shit just magically glossed over. They had with Drewski and some other motherfucker. I forgot the nigga name. That was named in a lawsuit, another lawsuit by Diddy and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? At this point, it's like shit. This shit is getting out of hand. Meanwhile, if we talking world news, man, shit is wilding out, man. They murdering the shit out these damn people over there in Syria, Gaza, all that shit, man. Just murdering the fuck out these folks, man. In the name of globalization, man. And America is complicit in it because, hey, man, we want a little piece of that, man. But then they'll tell us how bad and how murderous we are, bro. When y'all can go and just wipe out whole communities with impunity. And wonder where these niggas get it from, man. But I was told the other night, man, like, because I don't vote, why do I even have a opinion about any of this shit? And I really thought on that, man, even though I was like, shit, I feel like I laid out everything that I always lay out when I talk about this shit, man. Number one, this system is controlled by motherfuckers with businesses, big corporations, shareholders, niggas with, you know what I'm saying, all that type of shit, man. A board of financiers. And your vote only matter to a certain degree so it can look like they did democracy on paper. You know what I'm saying? We did democracy. We showed, we put everybody go out to vote and woo, this, that, and the third. And I mean this even locally. There's shit going on behind the scenes that you know. That's why when you have city councils like me, I found out that we had city councils on you can watch the city council on YouTube. So I was trying to find out when they were doing it because they'll schedule it a little bit ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes days, really. I tell them, hey man, we should go up there to the city council, man, see what they talking about. It was like a zoning thing. I don't know exactly what in particular they were trying to change in the zoning here in the city. But I was like, man, we should go, you know what I'm saying, check it out, see what's up, man. Nobody wanted to do that shit, though. Man, what is this? They asked me hey man, what is that, man? And I'm shit, hey bro, it's just, you know what I'm saying, different ways of how they figure out, you know what I'm saying, what business is gonna go here, what, you know what I'm saying, different places gonna go here, what's, you know what I'm saying, a permittable in certain areas and not, you know what I'm saying, all that different shit. I mean, it all goes into zoning, you know what I'm saying, depending on what they present at the zoning hearing. So you know what I'm saying? But it's got a lot to do how we conduct commerce in whatever particular zones, what we're allowed to have outside, all this different shit. You know what I'm saying? What zones is what's permitted in what zones and what districts is gonna be what, you know. All that shit is a part of that. So, you know, I just find myself, you know what I'm saying, that on that type of shit, man, people don't give a fuck about, man. People don't give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying, like what business might be coming into your city or the different shit like that. And I feel like that's the shit that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, get us, bro, every time. Cause you know what I'm saying, these businesses are gonna be the ones investing in whatever, you know what I'm saying, politics they want in that city particularly. And shit, where I'm at, very right wing. We got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, Mexicans and black folks out here though. Really enough to kind of, you know what I'm saying, down there take over the majority. But niggas don't realize that power, bro. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? If we could find a candidate and all that shit that has the interest that we align with, yeah, I'm with it. I'm with voting for that shit. And everybody got their own way of looking at this shit. So I'm not saying go with my way of looking at the shit or none of that shit, but like at least try to understand it before you just condemn me for not voting. Cause I'm not just a nigga that say, oh, I'm not voting because fuck this and fuck that. Like the Congress dude, the dude that hold the Congress seat in my district in Texas, man, the nigga ran unopposed. You know what I'm saying, when he ran. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no Democratic, you know what I'm saying, even runner in this area. So people don't be understanding like the politics around this way where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? It's very right wing. It's very, but it got some aspects of some liberal shit though. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna have it in their way. Like I voted for the little mayor and shit. You know what I'm saying? Locally, the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he running scams and games with the public funds. Make us all look goofy, man. We believed in. Oh yeah, Mount Pleasant had a first black mayor. Then you go and do that, and you know what? He probably ain't the first, and he probably won't be the last. But it's still, you gotta know when to do certain shit, man. And I don't think they need to be getting that, man. But let me find me this video now, man. Because eventually, these motherfuckers are gonna have us at war, man. Because it's a certain section of this population, you know what I'm saying, that want white dominance globally, not just here in America, globally. But I want to find this media manipulation video and how it shows the different tactics at play. Repetitive wording, sensationalized words, you know what I'm saying? Call something like drastic or disastrous or this, then that, or stuff like that to make your mind engage. Let's see. Hold on a second, man. This is not what I was looking for. And all these videos long as fuck, though. This is not it. Y'all bear with me, man. Bear with me. Yeah, hold on, man. Let's go to this right quick, man. Matter of fact, I just talked about him. Like this one, I just want you to see how one man can commit crime all across the city, man. And it wasn't no damn nigga. In one day, 14 violent crimes.
Farmers Branch and Capel that ended late last night. Among the victims, a parent and their child, a school principal, and multiple other drivers and vehicle owners. Police say the man behind it all, 55-year-old Gregory Noble, is not a stranger to them. Fox 4's Casey Stiegel spent the night piecing together what happened. Casey.
Yeah, Steve, really, you can't write this any better. This hours-long crime spree spanning across at least 4 different cities. As you said, it involved 7 stolen vehicles, a bank robbery, a police chase, before it all came to an end with a police standoff in this very parking lot where we are, next to the Trinity River.
Out with your hands up. As you see, you are completely surrounded. You can now come out the driver's side. Come out the window from the passenger side.
For more than an hour Thursday night, cops pleaded with a wanted man holed up in a wrecked stolen car in this parking lot off Singleton Boulevard.
As I was approaching,
I just gotta say, they make this nigga out to be a bad motherfucker, man. Cause like, you robbed a bank, you done stole 7 cars, my nigga. All this shit, bro. Like, this nigga just was on. Like, that nigga had hit the ball too hard and just tweaked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? He probably been a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Or whatever. Maybe even a street soldier. Who knows, man? But that shit just kicked back in on his ass, man. And he wilded the fuck out for a day, nigga, on that shit. Like, going crazy.
approaching the park here, a police officer actually told me to turn around and the park was closed. So I just decided to instead kind of circle Trinity Groves here. And by the time I came back around, everything was unfolding.
Jack Booker lives nearby and was taking a stroll with his dog. He then took out his phone and started rolling on all the action and posting it to social media.
I kind of wanted to see what was going to happen, right? So I had pretty good proximity, zoomed in as much as I could with my phone and just kind of recorded.
Little did he know the alarming sequence of events which unfolded hours earlier. 55-year-old Gregory Noble's first stop was here on Dallas Parkway, where police say he stole someone's car with their handgun inside. Minutes later, and only a few miles away, cops say he robbed this PNC bank on Preston Road. From there, he drove 11 miles to the 5,000 block of Lemon Avenue to this Audi dealership. Employees there tell Fox 4 the man threatened employees, stole a customer's car, and took off. He went less than a mile down Lemon to the 6100 block, where detectives say he tried to steal a third car but was unsuccessful. Up next, he drove about 4 miles to an elementary school on Webb Chapel Road. According to police, in the parking lot, he fired a gun into the air, then stole the principal's vehicle. A little more than 3 miles from that spot, he wrecked, then forced a woman and her child out of the car at gunpoint here on Rosser Road and was on the move again. This time across 635 into Farmers Branch, where police say he ditched that car and stole a fifth. But it didn't come close to stopping there. Now he was on to Capel, where authorities say he successfully tried to steal another vehicle at gunpoint before he crashed again and took his 6th car of the day. Next, he went 13 miles south to Irving, where officials say he ditched that vehicle and stole his 7th. Officers finally caught up with him here in the 1800 block of Homeland, west of downtown Dallas. While trying to pull him over, cops say he led them on a 2-mile chase down this road before finally crashing out in this parking lot off Singleton, where Jack Booker was.
There's probably about 50 different cop cars here, and eventually they had to call the SWAT team in.
Finally, Gregory Noble's joyride came to an end, and he was taken into custody. He faces a slew of charges. According to investigators, he committed at least 14 violent felonies in the span of a few hours. He is no stranger to law enforcement. In fact, he has quite a lengthy rap sheet, which includes a previous conviction for a different bank robbery. Tonight, it's not clear how much dough he made away with from that PNC bank, because according to the arrest warrant affidavit, he had about $115 on him at the time he was booked. Steve?
But that nigga we're getting loaded all day that day, man. That nigga was towed up. Shit, that nigga only had 115, man. How you rob a bank, man? Man, and he stole the pint of fifth at the end of the day. This nigga, man. Hold on, dude. What's up, man? It's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna go to the store in a minute, okay? All right, got you. But anyway, man, that shit, man, is wild. But we're gonna go to another, you know what I'm saying, crime. And just show you, you know what I'm saying, how different it be, you know what I'm saying, covering some of our shit, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. And this definitely has changed really now. No matter what the, let me just go to my subscriptions. Oh, yeah. Well, what's up, man? What? Oh, give me a second, man. I tell my boy, man, he be talking too loud in the background, man. Man, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Yeah, here you could have asked me to get the shark instead of trying to walk through a bunch of stuff. Come on, get out the way. It's okay. Go on. Come on over here. Yeah, man, it ain't the batteries in there right now, though. No batteries. I'm gonna put some batteries in there in a minute, okay? We gotta go get some. Anyway, man. Let me find my. Oh yeah, back to the. Mm. I should have looked this up on my phone instead on here, man. We can go through the week crime files because that's the easiest way to just run through it, and you can see the difference.
A flight attendant from American Airlines pleaded guilty to charges he secretly recorded an underage girl in an airplane bathroom. Police say he had recordings of other girls in similar situations. Fox 4's Stephen Dial is in with more on a plea agreement reached today. Stephen.
Former American Airlines flight attendant Estes Thompson III pled guilty to sexual exploitation of children and possession of child porn. He's been under investigation for incidents involving 5 child victims. One was from a Texas flight. I spoke to the lawyer representing the Texas girl who police say was recorded while in a bathroom on the plane. The girl was heading to Disney World. These recordings happened over the span of several months back in 2023. Investigators say he recorded at 7, 9, 11, and 2 14-year-olds. The DOJ said that Thompson guided girls to the first-class bathroom, but before they entered, he said he needed to wash his hands. That's when prosecutors say that he hid his iPhone behind a sticker reading "seat broken." One of the victims took a picture of the toilet and raised concerns about the issue. I spoke to the lawyer for 2 of the victims.
I commend the U.S. Attorney's Office for bringing this felon to justice. And I think we can all sleep a bit safer knowing he's hopefully going to remain behind bars for a long time. And to the American people, be safe out there when you fly. Obviously, they were pleased that he has taken some measure of responsibility for what happened, but at the same time, this can't undo the past. It can't make up for the awful experience that they've been to while on American Airlines.
Talking about that part.
The guilty plea.
I mean, shoot. They kind of made the other guy a little bit more of a comical situation. If you peeped it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's how I kind of see it. Like, they kind of made that homie and it was kind of funny to me, like the fact that this man, you know what I'm saying, commit 14 felonies all over, you know what I'm saying, with four cities in a little bit of time. That don't make no sense, man. But then this one is, he actually did a little bit of responsibility. So, can you be quiet, man? Why you be doing that? Every time you hear me talk, you want to start talking. But yeah, man. Then you got this. This man took responsibility. Man, this nigga was taking pictures of this child while she in the bathroom, bro. But I'm gonna say you're gonna see plenty of this, man, as we continue.
Is for the criminal side of the case. Llewellyn, that lawyer that you just heard from, told me that his North Carolina client has settled with American Airlines in a civil lawsuit as it pertains to the Texas client. Jury selection for the lawsuit against American in civil court is this summer.
All right, Stephen Dial in the newsroom. Stephen, thank you.
A Wiley man was arrested in Louisiana, charged with the death of a fraternity pledge during a hazing ritual. Now, according to Baton Rouge police, Caleb McCrae was one of 3 men who, while wearing boxing gloves, punched pledges in the chest multiple times. Caleb Wilson, a member of Southern University's marching band, collapsed, had a seizure, and ultimately died. More arrests are even coming. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager live tonight with an update on the investigation. Hi, Peyton.
Hi, Casey. And Caleb McCrae, we know he turned himself into Baton Rouge police last night along with his attorney. And today, Casey, we learned that he's from Wiley and graduated from Wiley ISD in 2019. And in Louisiana, hazing can be a felony. And we also learned at the press conference today from Baton Rouge police, they've identified at least 2 additional suspects. They say they're working with them and they hope to have those arrests as early as this weekend. 23-year-old Caleb McCrae of Wiley is now charged with felony criminal hazing and manslaughter. Investigators say McCrae is the first arrest connected to the death of a 20-year-old Southern University student after an off-campus fraternity hazing ritual.
Detectives have interviewed over a dozen people and executed multiple search warrants to gather as much information as possible.
Friday, Baton Rouge police provided the arrest update at a press conference. In the early morning hours of February 26th, junior engineering student and marching band member Caleb Wilson was dropped off at the emergency room by a group of men who stated he collapsed while playing basketball. The group left before officers arrived at the hospital.
Caleb Wilson died as a direct result of a hazing incident where he was punched in the chest multiple times while pledging to Omega Psi Phi fraternity.
Detectives learned the basketball story was a lie.
Instead, according to an arrest warrant affidavit Fox 4 obtained on Friday, Wilson and 8 other pledges arrived to a warehouse and changed into gray sweatpants. Police say they stood in a line and were each punched 4 times with boxing gloves by at least 3 individuals, one of them being fraternity member and recent Southern University graduate Caleb McCrae. The report states Wilson.
I gotta say, man, it's just something about what she be saying and shit, man. Like she be holding out the and there, like, damn, boy, she an old school Valley girl for real. Like, damn, that shit just I can barely hear the damn story hearing that shit. Nigga. Nah, I mean, I'm bullshitting, but this one I feel like is more fair covering so far. I don't see nothing really more. You know, it's just pretty much presenting the facts. I think in this situation.
Appeared to suffer a seizure and lose control of his bodily function. Police add Wilson's clothing was changed prior to his arrival at the hospital, where he later died. A loss that has deeply hurt the Southern University campus, especially the school's famous marching band, the Human Jukebox. Wilson played the trumpet. This week, the university's band held a vigil honoring him, hoping to lift up Wilson's family with love and support.
McCrae's attorney sent Fox 4 a statement this afternoon saying he maintains his client's innocence and he's still reviewing all of the evidence. Meanwhile, Southern University also put out a statement today saying that it's pausing membership intake for all campus organizations while multiple investigations move forward.
Rowlett police are investigating a dog napping. 2 young women, maybe late teenagers, caught on camera taking a pit bull away from a McDonald's. Fox 4's Sean Rabb joins us with the story. Sean.
Clarice, this story makes you just want to shake your head and go, why, right? I mean, these young girls took this man's dog after promising him they'd watch Rollo the dog while he washed his hands in the restroom.
I think that pets are more than just pets. They're part of the family.
But on February 18th, a little after 10 in the morning, this older gentleman in the jacket had part of his family taken. He places his dog Rollo near the entrance door to this McDonald's in Rowlett, then turns to go to the restroom to wash his hands.
But before he does, he sees 2 females sitting nearby, and he talks to the females and asks them if they can keep an eye on his dog while he goes inside the restroom.
Rollo sits and waits, and then this happens.
The 2 females are looking at the dog, talking amongst each other. Then they proceed to standing up, picking their belongings, and guiding Rollo out the door.
Through the glass door, you see one of the 2 push or pull Rollo towards the parking lot. The dog returns to the door looking for his owner.
I'm sure he's thinking, hey, my owner's in here. Where am I going? And so one of the suspects picks up Rollo and takes him away. And you can see that the victim comes out and he's shocked to see that Rollo's not there.
Rowlett Police Corporal Jacqueline Vergara says this is not like someone finding a lost dog and claiming it.
This is something we don't do. It's someone's pet. And plus, it's that trust that the victim gave to these suspects to keep an eye on his dog while he goes inside the restroom and then comes out to see that his dog is gone.
Rowlett Police hoping you can help them find Rollo by finding these 2.
2 perhaps Hispanic females. So we're asking the public that if they have any information on this incident or can help us identify these 2 suspects.
Contact the lead detective on this case, Detective Fleck.
We need to find Rollo. Help us find Rollo is what we're asking the public to do.
Now, stealing a dog in Texas is a misdemeanor, considered a kind of low-level crime, but ask any dog owner, and the value of that dog to them is simply priceless. Rowlett Police hoping you will help them find Rollo and bring this man's best friend back home to him.
Yeah, Sean, absolutely. And seeing Rollo just kind of turn around and look through that door like, where's my dad? Where am I going? Yeah. We need to work.
It's so sad, right?
Yeah, get Rollo home.
That's kind of good, man. See, that ain't gonna let that skew toward dogs.
Plano police and alert detective in a chance encounter helped unravel a murder for hire plot. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. Police say it began as an investigation into a string of package thefts and vehicle break-ins. Weeks into the investigation, an off-duty detective ran into the suspect, 38-year-old Michael McLeod. Police say McLeod didn't know he was talking with a detective, but that conversation would go on to trigger a federal murder-for-hire investigation. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager has all the details tonight. Peyton.
Hi, Steve. This case has been going on for more than a year now. It's now public because Michael McLeod pleaded guilty to a federal charge of murder for hire. Meanwhile, Plano police highlighting one of their own detectives saying this detective potentially saved 2 lives in this case. What started as an investigation into a package thief ended in a foiled murder for hire plot. A twist even Plano police say they didn't expect.
One of those weird serendipitous times where right place, right time.
Back in December 2023, this man, later identified as 38-year-old Michael McLeod of Plano, was linked to a few stolen packages and 7 vehicle burglaries. A fingerprint from one of the door handles matched McLeod. Detective McIntyre, a 24-year veteran with Plano police, was assigned to the case. But even the most experienced officers sometimes have a strike of luck. Detective McIntyre learned McLeod frequented a local restaurant. Sure enough, while enjoying a meal off duty at the restaurant, the detective watched McLeod walk in.
He described him as being boisterous and belligerent to the standpoint that he walked up and he's just like, hey, like, are you okay? What's going on? Based on his demeanor. And the guy started talking about how his ex-girlfriend and he needed a silencer in order to take care of her and her new boyfriend.
A firearm silencer, a device that reduces the sound of a gunshot. Detective McIntyre told McLeod he could help without disclosing he was an officer, and they exchanged contact information. That's when an undercover agent with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives took over.
He made it sound like he wanted a silencer for himself, but then obviously something changed in his interactions with the ATF agent, and it turned from himself to hiring someone to do the murders for him.
McLeod was later arrested. More than a year later, McLeod pleaded guilty to the federal charge of murder for hire.
No matter how small something may seem in an incident, it can lead to big things.
And back in January, Detective McIntyre was honored with a service award for his work on this case. Meanwhile, for McLeod, his sentencing will come at a later date. He faces 15 years to life in federal prison.
Irving police have no leads in the murder of a man gunned down in his home. Detectives tell Sean Rabb they can find nothing in the victim's life that could have brought this to his front door. The 37-year-old father who was killed is the son of Dallas County Constable Deanna Hammond. She is with Sean in this week's Trackdown.
A different kind of track down this week. I want to introduce you to Constable Deanna Hammond, Precinct 2 Constable, 8 cities in the eastern part of our county. But her son was murdered in Irving last week. Tell us your son's name.
His name is Torrance Devereaux.
Tell me about your son.
Oh my God. So my son was, this wasn't his path. He was, oh my God, honor student in high school. He played football in high school. He had scholarships. He mentored young boys, and he tutored his teammates. He coached Little League football with his son and took him to a championship twice last year.
You've seen the video. Irving police released it last week.
Well, about 5 o'clock on Sunday morning, February the 23rd, there was a report of shots fired. And we learned from a video that some young kids, looked like they were about high school age, came around and shot through his door while he was in his home.
Now, there's also a vehicle. It's either a Honda or an Acura sedan. Look at the images. Look at the images of the car. Look at the images of these 3 boys. Look at the images. So no one has talked to the police yet. You need somebody to do what, Constable?
So I need somebody that if they know these young boys, the video is surfacing everywhere. And if they know them, say something. Call Irving Police Department.
Who are they? Somebody knows. Get at Irving Police. The detective is D. Gorski, putting his email and his number on the screen. Get at Detective Gorski, Irving Police. This your oldest?
It's my oldest.
How have you dealt with this week?
Oh, this week has been tough. Well, last week was tough. I pretty much was in shutdown mode. I am a woman of faith, but I still don't understand. I don't understand why they took my baby.
I can't say it's not skewed, and at the same time, I can't say that I blame her. Like, damn, that's all I can say on that one, man. Like, it's definitely, this one's definitely skewed, but I mean, it's, hey, that's her son, bro. Like, shit, you got the power to do that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, yeah. But them little niggas, man, I bet they got into it off of some kind of stupid shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they were trying to park in that nigga spot or something, and he checked them on that shit, man. Because like, there had to been some kind of getting into it. I don't know exactly what it would have been, but man, that's a sad story, man. I hate that for that lady, man. Real talk. And I need to check into that and see if it's been resolved, because this was a couple weeks ago. This beginning of March. This crimes of the week. They drop one every week. I need to go to a more recent one, really, because we had a lot happen with the yellow bees and all.
If you know what happened, say something. Get at Detective Gorski. Help find the trio who killed Torrance Devereaux, the son of Constable Deanna Hammond.
The man who was under the influence when he struck an SUV, killing a teenager, officially received his sentence as part of a plea deal. He faced the family of the girl he killed. They believe he should have spent more time, far more time, in prison. Fox 4's David Santendry has the story.
Brooklyn was more than just a little sister. She was my best friend, my safe place, my heart. And now she's my greatest loss.
Aubrey Moran face-to-face with Jeremy Spencer, the man who was intoxicated when he caused the crash which killed her 13-year-old sister, Brooklyn Moran, in 2022. Aubrey says home will never be the same.
I couldn't bring myself to go home. How could I? Brooklyn's room was just across the hall from mine, and the thought of walking past it, knowing she would never be in there again, was unbearable.
Spencer crossed a center line on Castle Drive in Garland. His truck crashed head-on into Moran's family's SUV. Garland Police Department says drug use contributed to the crash. Spencer tested positive for at least cocaine and methamphetamine. According to an arrest warrant, Spencer admitted to being an alcoholic, but told police on scene he only had half a beer that day. Brooklyn's friend, who was seriously injured in the crash, forgives Spencer.
Forgiveness is a lot easier than forgetting.
You, come on, why ain't going to bring one of us to do that?
September 9, 2022.
And I feel it though.
Brooklyn's mother, Brittany, was driving. The crash put her in a coma for 4 days.
One of the hardest moments of my life, however, was when my mother finally became coherent enough to understand what had happened. Telling her that Brooklyn was gone felt like ripping the last pieces of my heart apart.
You took out a very good gem in this world. She was one of the really, really good ones.
Medics took Brittany to her daughter's funeral.
I'll never be able to talk to her. I didn't even get a proper goodbye to her.
Spencer is sentenced to 17 years in prison. He'll be eligible for parole in 5 years.
He has been given a slap on the hand, and we've been given a life sentence.
Moran's family expressed disappointment in the plea deal.
The DA did this without our permission.
The Dallas County District Attorney's Office says there are risks of going to trial, as the range of punishment for intoxication manslaughter is a minimum of 2 years in prison to a maximum of 20 years. A jury could have sentenced him to significantly less than the 17 years he has received.
How to be a better person.
The judge asked Spencer, who did not have a license at the time of the crash because of a previous DWI conviction, to take time in prison to think of the consequences of his actions. Brooklyn's father echoed that request.
I don't want Brooklyn to die in vain. He needs to change his life, and I'm really serious about that. I want him to become a new person.
Brooklyn's family says she was an
I
honor
ain't
roll
knocking them.
student, accomplished
I
soccer
definitely,
player,
they're very
and
big. Let me
steadfast in her
pause.
faith. They sent Fox 4 video of her honor.
They're very big and like very righteous for having that way of looking at the shit for sure. But man, the first and will be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I ain't knocking it, bro. Like I say, shit. You use it to every your advantage, but it seems to like it always goes in favor of these, you know what I'm saying? These type of, you know what I'm saying, people that ain't us a lot of times, man. Not saying that we don't get it from time to time, but it's far and few in between. Like, damn. And this nigga, you know what I'm saying, took out a little baby, man. Because he want to be on the drugs on the road, knowing his DWIs and shit, drinking and shit. Man. Sad situation, though. Sad situation.
Honor walk before her organs were donated.
She did save at least 6 people's lives by donating her organs. One of them happened to be a baby.
Reporting, David Centendry, Fox 4 News.
One of the surviving Texas 7 criminals is awaiting a new trial. Randy Halpern was one of 7 prison escapees involved in the murder of an Irving police officer in 2000. Today in court, the Dallas County District Attorney announced there may be a conflict of interest with one of Halpern's new attorneys. Fox 4 Stephen Dial in the newsroom with the story. Stephen.
Clarice, the news from the Dallas County District Attorney John Creuzot about a possible conflict was not expected by anyone in the courtroom today. John Creuzot says that he's still weighing on the option of the death penalty. 2 months after the state's highest criminal court granted a new trial for Randy Halpern, the notorious Texas 7 defendant appeared in a Dallas County courtroom. Halpern and 6 other inmates escaped from a South Texas prison in 2000. And on Christmas Eve that year, they killed Irving police officer Aubrey Hawkins during a robbery at a sporting goods store. Halpern received a death sentence, but the conviction was overturned after it was determined the trial judge targeted Halpern with anti-Semitic slurs. Halpern is Jewish.
But I want to bring it to your attention because it's of utmost importance that you know this. And I don't know if you know it or if anybody else knows it.
In Friday's hearing to see when a new trial date would be set, Dallas County District Attorney John Creuzot told the new judge there may be a conflict with one of Halpern's appointed attorneys.
Mr. Harris was the first assistant and went to his co-defendant's execution. And now he's been appointed to represent Mr. Halpern.
Creuzot is referring to attorney Heath Harris. Back in 2012, Harris worked for the then district attorney Craig Watkins, and in his role with the county, attended the execution of another Texas 7 member, George Rivas. We spoke to Creuzot after the hearing about his concern.
My personal opinion, to protect the integrity of the case, as a former state district judge, I think there should be extreme caution as to whether he represents Mr. Halpern. And perhaps the decision would be not to.
Harris was not in court Friday due to a family issue. Halpern's other lawyer, Philip Hayes, says that the claims are something that should be looked into.
I mean, if everything that Judge Creuzot mentioned today is accurate, yeah, that's something that we might be concerned with. I know Mr. Harris is a fair lawyer and he's been on both sides, but that's always a concern in a case like this.
In reference to the case itself, Creuzot told the judge his office has not decided if this should be a death penalty case. Hawkins was shot 11 times, but Hayes says evidence shows that his client was not one of the shooters.
Of course, this had been 25 years ago, but there was testimony in one of the trials that the weapon that he had was fully loaded at the end of the altercation. And I believe that to be true. I don't believe, based on his involvement in this offense, and certainly based on his behavior in the last 25 years, that the death penalty would be an appropriate sentence.
Creuzot told the judge that there's at least 100 boxes of paperwork evidence that needs to be sorted through before handing it over to the defense. He said it could take up to 2 months to do that.
Well, Dallas police are sharing New surveillance video with Fox 4 in the hopes of finding the masked men who ambushed and murdered an elderly disabled woman. The video shows the group of men as they pile out of a car, then get right back in with their getaway driver. It has been 6 weeks now since Alice Fisher was found dead in her home, and police, like family, are bewildered as to why she was gunned down in the first place. Fox 4's David Centenary live with that brand new information.
Honestly, why would you run down on a damn lady, man? Like, because I mean, obviously ran over there and shot her. Like, why? That shit, don't, boy. Shit, don't, man. I'll never get it. No matter how this shit skewed, that shit right there just goofy as hell.
Tonight from Dallas Police. Hi, David.
Hey, Casey, yeah, family of Alice Fisher says she had just returned home from a hospital stay and she was sitting in her reclining chair when those masked men just barged into her apartment and started spraying gunfire. There were bullets everywhere. Dallas police have now released some video to us in hopes of getting new leads.
You entered the wrong home. It wasn't your enemies.
Video shows a group of 3 masked and armed shooters getting out of a dark gray Ford Escape. The group runs back to the SUV after Dallas Police Department says they broke into a disabled woman's apartment and unleashed gunfire.
It wasn't intended for her, and that's all we keep hearing throughout that West Dallas neighborhood, that it wasn't for her, it was the wrong door. And that's what we truly believe.
Alice Fisher's family says word on the street is the gunman mistakenly entered the 57-year-old's apartment, thinking it was someone else's. The shooting happened on Wednesday, January 22nd.
Get that kind of information out there, and it was put in the news. That I gotta say, there was one right here that was it's kind of skewed in our favor a little bit, giving it 100%. You know what I'm saying? Or at least giving us a leeway of, you know what I'm saying, on the responsibility and shit like that. What's up, son? Okay, hold on. Okay, come here. Where you going anyway? My bad. Let's play the video.
Just after 9 p.m. in West Dallas at the King Bridge Crossing Apartments, Dallas Housing Authority property. And she was just sitting in her recliner, right?
Sitting in her recliner, just released from the hospital earlier that day.
Fox 4 observed dozens of evidence markers related to gunshots.
57 years old, disabled, no enemies, not on drugs, don't owe anyone money or anything like that. The guys didn't take anything when they went in there. It was just to kick the door down. They straight up shot and killed her. And they ran out.
Do you have a motive yet?
At this time, we're exploring all options.
Detective Joshua Conklin releasing surveillance video to Fox 4, hoping someone identifies the SUV and/or suspects.
They're all messed up. It's dark. It's kind of hard to tell exactly. I mean, they do look somewhat slim framed. There's still a driver that stays in the car.
The Ford Escape is from 2017 to 2019. The radio antenna on the back of the Escape is missing.
Like I said, we've talked to multiple people, but we don't have like a one person of interest at this point in time that we're releasing.
Asked about the shooting possibly being a mistaken location.
You know, there's a lot of people that say a lot of different things. I mean, no indication, at least at this point, would indicate she had any connection with crime or anything like that. Like I said, being elderly, disabled.
No,
we have so many questions.
Police Fisher says her aunt, who lived alone,
They just wanted to
was
make sure they
harmless
got that out, man.
and loved her family.
Man.
Just to know that your loved one was targeted for no reason.
Her family's hope is for these brazen
literal fucking idiots, bro. They should have really got on their ass more for that, bro. Yeah, in my opinion, because like, what the fuck, bro? The wrong door, nigga. How you not sure before you go shooting up some shit, nigga? That's what, man. That shit's stupid as hell to me, man.
Shooters to be held accountable.
We're scared too because, you know, no one has been caught and we don't know the motive.
Investigators hope someone recognizes that vehicle or somehow the suspects, and then you call in that information. They want you to contact Crime Stoppers. There is reward money available for an arrest and an indictment. That phone number, 1-877-373-TIPS. But to make it easy, we've posted that phone number over on our website with this story, fox4news.com. For now,
Casey, back to you. Competitions resumed today in downtown Dallas at the National Cheerleaders Association All-Star Championship. The event was derailed yesterday, you might recall, after a brawl between two parents in attendance got so out of hand that people thought there was an active shooter on the loose. Well, that sparked fear and mass evacuations, which caused at least 10 people to get hurt. Tonight, Dallas police are not saying whether those two rowdy adults have been identified or if their questionable behavior will result in any criminal charges. Fox 4's Amelia Jones has been covering this story since it broke. She's live now with the very latest. Hi, Amelia.
Casey, some teams packed up their things and left after Saturday's incident. Those who stayed told me they felt more than just the usual performance nerves getting back on stage inside the convention center. The National Cheerleaders Association All-Star National Championship resumed Sunday with extra police and security outside the convention center in downtown Dallas. A reminder of Saturday's scare.
I was a little nervous. I thought I was doing good, and then when we got here, it was just, okay, take a deep breath and let's do this for our kids.
Danielle Garvin and her daughter's team from Ohio were inside their team room when reports of gunshots spread through the area. Dallas police confirmed it wasn't a shooting, but rather a fight between two people that knocked down multiple poles. It was this loud noise that led to the panic and rush of people, according to police. 10 people were taken to the hospital with injuries ranging from bumps and bruises to broken bones and fractures.
We got a message later on in the evening asking if our children are okay to come back tomorrow. All of them said we're in, you know, but I did like the fact that it was put in their decision to make and not the gym.
Other teams made the decision to leave the competition after Saturday's incident. Organizers told us that all performances that were canceled on Saturday were able to be rescheduled for Sunday. Some parents hope this experience leads to changes in security for these large-scale competitions.
This isn't just Dallas. A lot of these large convention centers don't have security, no bag checks. So we're hoping, unfortunately, you know, we might have to use this as a lesson learned, but going forward, we're just hoping that they up security.
Saturday was a reminder of just how strong and united the cheer community is.
Cheer is more than bows, glitter, and fun. It's a culture. And the culture of cheer is that they're resilient and that they can withstand.
Tiana Cody and her daughter stayed inside the arena and hunkered down until they were evacuated. Cody told her daughter it was her decision if she performed on Sunday.
She didn't feel pressure, I didn't feel pressure, and it felt like a community. And I appreciate having that community.
And that community gave Sanaya Cody the support she needed to perform with her team.
It felt good to know that there was people supporting me, behind me, and to know that I had encouragement with it. I felt like I was in a safe place, a safe environment.
As you mentioned, Casey, we asked Dallas police if anyone will face charges in this case or if any arrests will be made. They responded, telling us that no arrests have been made, but they didn't answer our questions if the two people who started the fight were identified or questioned. All they said is that this investigation is ongoing. We'll be sure to stay on top of it. Casey, back to you.
All right, Fox 4's Amelia Jones. We know you will keep us posted. Amelia, thanks so much.
3
I wonder why.
cursed Euless Bedford ISD schools were evacuated and searched after a bomb threat. Parents were told to pick up students off campus. Fox 4 Stephen Dow, live in Euless with the latest. Stephen.
Euless police gave the all clear just before 3 o'clock. They said that the evacuation of the schools is standard procedure during threats like this.
And my class was actually taking a test. So like after we were taking a test, we just heard the teacher. The teacher went to the bathroom, right? She came back yelling, "Oh, pack up, pack up, pack up." There's something going on. So like everybody's confused. People start trying to run out the door.
Eli Fabila, a 9th grade student at Central Junior High, described the scene as students evacuated from 3 HEB ISD schools. He didn't know what happened at the time, but says school officials responded quickly.
Like 6 to 7 to 8 buses start just coming. And then they pick us up. They come drop us off here.
All 3 schools share the same campus property. Students were bused about a mile away to a district administration building. When we arrived, we saw hundreds waiting to be reunited with their family members.
I got a text and an email to notify us that there was a situation and that the faculty and the students had been evacuated.
2 of the schools are in the same building. one an alternative school, and the other is for adults to finish their high school education. Central Junior High is nearby. Euless police did not say who made the bomb threat or where it came from, but they did say this is something they planned for.
Within about an hour, buses were already on site removing students by the busload. We immediately requested bomb squad, canine assistance, and the fire department's resources.
While the reunification was an interruption in the workday, parents say they are thankful for the precaution.
Any inkling that they have that there is an issue, there's no overreacting when it comes to our children. So I feel like they did absolutely what they should have done, and I'm happy with it. And thankful that everything's okay, not just my child's okay, but everybody else is okay as well.
You're not expecting that. You know that your nephew went to school and suddenly they're calling you for news that you was not even expecting. But we thank God, almost all the kids are fine.
It's just unfortunately the times that we live in right now. Again, we don't know the source of that thread, and teachers and staff were able to go back and get their belongings at the end of the school day.
Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia actually corrected reporters today who called the attack an ambush, saying
Make sure this
his
recent.
officer
Yeah, that's
was
old as
executed.
hell. We ain't finna go do that one. We don't do anything. We're gonna go to a new one.
A flight attendant from American Airlines pleaded guilty to charges he secretly recorded an underage girl in an airplane bag. Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Steve Eager. Dallas rapper Marquise Conway, who goes by the name Yella Beezy, was arrested and charged for a murder-for-hire scheme. He was arrested earlier this week, connected to the 2020 murder of another rapper. Fox 4 Stephen Dahl is in the newsroom with more. Stephen.
Steve, the murder victim back in 2020 was Melvin Noble, who went by Mo3. Noble was killed in an ambush-style shooting during the day while he was on I-35 in Dallas. Investigators identified Kewan Dontrell White as the shooter in that crime. White is currently serving 9 years in prison for a firearm charge connected to the shooting. Conway, who goes by Yella Beezy, is accused of hiring White to kill Noble.
All right, Steve, what's the backstory on this? What are prosecutors saying about a motive for this hit on Noble?
Yeah, so we've requested court documents outlining the claims by investigators to arrest Conway. We usually are able to get an arrest warrant affidavit. That's where we get a summary of the evidence in the case, but because this case was a grand jury referral, we don't have access to that information. So exactly how Conway is linked to the murder for hire plot is unknown, but it was strong enough information for the grand jury.
Got it. So the murder or hit was almost 5 years ago. What's Conway's current status?
So at last check, jail records show that Conway is still in jail being held on a $2 million bond. If he is able to bond out, there's a list of things that he would have to abide by to be in those rules and regulations until his court appearance.
Got it. Okay. All right, Stephen Dow in the newsroom. Thank you, Stephen.
And that's kind of skewed in Beezy's favor a little bit, because I feel like, man, that nigga already, he done bonded out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he bonded out, he gonna be fit to this and that. But same time, that story ain't gonna, you can't really skew it to make it look good, no matter how you try. You know, it's shit, 2 brothers' lives gone, nigga. But let me try to find the most recent one of this one, man, because that one, it was pretty fair for a couple of them. So I couldn't necessarily, you know what I'm saying, knock it. They must haven't dropped that one yet. Their most recent one should be there, like at least last week, though. Like a heart attack.
Tonight, the founder of one of North Texas's most prominent megachurches is facing child sex charges. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. An Oklahoma grand jury indicted Gateway Church founder Robert Morris on 5 felony counts. The allegations emerged in June of last year.
Yeah, they definitely trying to sensationalize this
story, alleging she was abused by Morris starting at the age of 12. The church first said it was aware of Morris's past, quote, moral failure, then later said it did not know her age, the victim's age, or the extent of the abuse. 3 days later, Morris resigned from Gateway. In November, Gateway announced it removed multiple elders who knew the victim's age at the time of the abuse, and now Morris is facing those criminal charges. Casey Stiegel in studio with the developing story. Casey.
Yeah, good evening. This was a case that garnered national attention last summer and brought down the man who founded one of the largest mega churches in the country. But tonight, disgraced Pastor Robert Morris faces more than embarrassing accusations. He's now staring down felony charges for his alleged misconduct. The 5-page multi-county grand jury indictment from Oklahoma contains disturbing details, outlining 5 separate counts of lewd or indecent acts to a child, starting on or about Christmas Day, 1982, stating Robert Preston Morris, quote, did intentionally touch or feel with his hand the body or private parts of CC, who was 12 years old at the time. All court documents do not name the victim. The initials, timeline, and details match the allegations made by Cindy Clemishire. And while Fox 4 does not usually identify victims of alleged sexual abuse, Clemishire went public with her story last June, detailing moments of her childhood in Oklahoma, where she says Robert Morris molested her repeatedly. At the time, Morris was a traveling preacher and would stay at Clemishire's home. Aside from 2 alleged crimes in 1982, the indictment outlines similar instances in January of 1983 and 1985. According to court paperwork, it escalated when his victim was 13 or 14, highlighting incidents between January of 1983 and 1985, when Morris, quote, removed her clothing and rubbed his clothed body against hers while inside a parked car. On Wednesday, an attorney representing Cindy Clemishire released this